Guys, we're back with another video. Cardi B and Stefon Diggs, they have officially unfollowed each other on Instagram after the Super Bowl. If you guys haven't been keeping up with me, honey, you're missing out on the updates because I was the one who broke the news first that Cardi B and Stefon Diggs has split. I broke the news this morning, first thing. So she was asked yesterday at the Michael Rubin's party, the pre-Super Bowl party. She was on the carpet and they asked her, what's your motivation for Stefon Diggs before he takes the field tomorrow? And she said, good luck. And she said it in a way where
Inspiring message for Steffon before the game. One inspiring message for him.
Good luck.
How we celebrate? How we celebrate if you win the Super Bowl?
I don't care about this dude, but let me be diplomatic. I don't care. Good luck. That's the essence that she gave. She didn't say, I don't care. She said, good luck with a sass, right? And I said to you guys that definitely it's either they're having beef or they have broken up for now, because they have been broken up quite a few times. When she was pregnant, early out in her pregnancy, when she found out about the other woman being pregnant, it is alleged they had a major showdown at a mall where she cursed his ass out. And then after that, we saw on Instagram where she says, F it, we ball, No. You guys remember when I said that Pre was out there with Stefon Diggs on the Super Bowl field yesterday, right? And some people were her fans who always tries to protect her. And I keep telling you guys, you can't save her. She has to save herself. Okay. And this is what I'm talking about. So yesterday when I did that video showing you guys Pre on the field with Stefon Diggs and Stefon Diggs' family, they said that it was AI. Tasha K released the actual video footage and I shared that with you guys this morning. Pre was on the field today with Stefon Diggs' family, close friends, and she was there to wish him good luck. I shared the video, I shared the clip in the previous video. I can share it again with you guys. And now it is reported and there's evidence that they have unfollowed each other on Instagram. And her friend Jason Lee is even reporting on it. Some people are saying Cardi B and Stefon Diggs unfollowed each other following the Super Bowl. People are suspecting they broke up. Cardi B and Stefon Diggs unfollow each other on Instagram after he lost the Super Bowl. I told you guys that man was never going to show up at whatever Super Bowl party she was planning. Didn't I say to you guys, the moment when I heard that she was allegedly planning a $1.2 million party, I said she needs to go back home to her husband and spend that money on her husband, because at least she will know where to find Offset. That man wasn't going to stick around for that party. Now, TikTok is also saying that Stefon Diggs' other baby mama was at the Super Bowl right up front and center with his son, the one that we saw him in the photo with in that photograph on Christmas Day. He was at the Super Bowl. His son was there with the son's mother, right? No, Cardi B and let me tell you this, guys. The things that Offset did to Cardi B and said about Cardi B, they weren't right. But times are changing and men are lovers of themselves and money. For Cardi B to find someone who is going to love her and respect her, she has to have boundaries and she has to have standards first. And she has to have self-love first. She needs to go to therapy. She needs to heal. Cardi B, just last week, she was saying, oh, I haven't had any D, and it has been 2 weeks and I can't go without D. Cardi B needs to get that level of immaturity out of her head. Sex is overrated. Sex is not a necessity, as she's making it seem. It's not. Self-love is priority. Cardi B needs to heal, get therapy and heal. Stop chasing after men. Stop chasing after sex. And if you're so desperate where you feel like you can't do without it, what you're gonna do is go back to your husband, get into therapy, because at least you've already built a covenant with your husband, and in the event that anything should go wrong, STD or STI, her husband will be held accountable, and she can hold her husband accountable, right? But she can't do that with Stefon Diggs because she met the man as a freelancer. That's who the guy has always been, right? And every time they ask Stefon Diggs, name some of her songs that are your favorites. He can't. He knows nothing about this woman, and he never mentions her name. And I keep saying it to you guys, he doesn't call her by name. And when they ask him about, will he marry Cardi B? Well, is he going to propose? He said he has to get his ring first. And everybody was putting up red flag, red flag, red flag. And you know what? They may unfollow each other now. And before you know it, the next 2 weeks, oh, this is my man. We may have our differences, but I'm not gonna let a bitch get my man. Ow. Because that's her behavior. That's honestly her behavior. I don't know. Her parents really need to pray for her. Her grandmother needs to fast and pray for her so that she can cut whatever tie she has with this man, because it's not a good look for her. She doesn't need him. She has money, she has clout, she has power. If you want such a messy life, stay with Offset. Because when you were with Offset, no one is dragging you. When Offset was cheating and having his willy all around town, they were dragging Offset and they were defending you because that's your husband. And stay with Offset. Encourage your husband to get clean. Encourage your husband to see a marriage counselor. Get counseling. Get therapy. Get a pastor involved. And get a senior couple that has been in marriage, that has been married for over 20 years. And let that couple help you and your husband to navigate through your relationship. Offset is not broken to the point where you can't be fixed. He's getting older and he's going to have to give up those ways. And his kids are getting older. He's going to have to give up those habits, those bad habits that he has. So if she wants to have that kind of mess, at least stick it out with your husband. Go to marriage counsel, get therapy, get everything you need to. Move to another state if you need to. Move to another country if you need to. Because you can still do well as an artist. But you don't need this guy. You don't need that mess. She doesn't need it. It's doing absolutely nothing for her. It makes her self-esteem looks very low. It makes her look like she doesn't love nor value herself. How much more does this man have to do to her before she finally decides to call it actually quits? Because even though they have unfollowed each other, have they actually called it quits? Only time will tell. And that's all I have to say about that for this video. Peace.